God, I just realized I don't have anything to say.
What do you mean?
I'm just so bad at that part.
The chit chat at the top.
Yeah.
That's the charismatic part that gets the.
Well, you're the out of
readers
this
in.
relationship. That is you. You are the charisma.
You are charismatic, and you just don't think you are,
No, I don't.
which is weird because you used to always be so confident in.
What do you mean? 15 years ago?
Yeah.
I have not had a shred of confidence in.
Since
I want
about,
to say like 15 years. Because I'm 32. God.
I was gonna say since like 2011.
I hate saying that. That's 15 years ago.
Yeah. Is that 15 years ago?
I think so, dude.
It's 14 years ago.
We graduated high school 15
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
I hate saying I'm 32. I'm just like,
I'm fine
I just
with
want to
that.
say 29. Well,
Say
you're
29.
33.
I'm 33.
I know. I am just going to say 29.
Just say 29.
There's no
Who's
way.
gonna call you out on it? Me
No
if we're in
one.
front of people.
No, I won't allow it. I'll be like, he's disturbed.
That's fine. No, I'll double down. Well, I think you should
You
say.
should double
I
down.
think you should say that you're 38
Well, I do love doing that.
because that's funny.
It is funny. And if you can get people convinced. See, once I hit a certain age, I think I will do that.
I think
Like,
that's
once I'm 38, I'll be like, I'm 50.
Yeah.
And just blow people's
Yeah, I'm
mind.
47. I'll be 48 in the fall.
Yeah. That is fun.
To strangers, I love that.
God, you know what I feel like I wish we should do more often?
What?
Making fake personas.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
I know, it's so long.
Yeah.
I loved doing that.
I'll do that right now.
one time-
We could do that after this.
Me and your, like, at the pet store?
Yeah, I
Just
was like,
start
we have to go to
chatting
the pet store.
people
Yeah.
And just make up a whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, my favorite
We
is,
just moved to town. Well, I guess they will.
my favorite is telling
100%
people
know
you
me.
just got divorced. We just got divorced.
Oh.
Me and Luke did that at Dawn's one time.
I remember when you
And
and,
it was-
people were buying you drinks.
Oh, it was amazing. We were like,
Well, because
yeah,
you
man, we
never
just got
see a
divorced.
divorced couple get along so
Oh yeah,
well.
and we had everyone so we were like, no, we're still friends. We just got divorced.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was so much fun.
Do you remember that time that we went and told the people at the scooter store in Canyon that we were cousins and that our parents were considering buying us like moped
Oh,
scooters for
yes, I
graduation?
do
and
actually
they let us test
remember
drive
that.
them. Yeah.
God. Do you remember when you bought your moped at the Vespa store?
Yes.
And I was told I can never have one because I can't reach the ground.
Yes.
They have to make them for little people.
Probably, but you definitely couldn't have a standard size one.
No.
And I mean, mine got stolen, so who cares?
Yeah, and I wouldn't want one. What's this thing in your plant?
Oh, it's a sexy mermaid ornament.
Oh,
Remember we saw those in
yeah,
Ireland?
Yeah.
And then,
Did Taylor get that for you?
no, Taylor's friend Drew got it for him, and he hates it, so he gave it to me.
Why does he hate it?
He doesn't hate it. He just doesn't like tchotchkes. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
like little things around his house, and I like
That is
little
crazy
things
for you
everywhere.
guys.
I know that's why we when we did live together, we had separate areas
For sure.
I know we talked about moving in together again, and I was like, we have to get a 3-bedroom.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, I was like, non-negotiable. Have to have my own room,
You have to
even
have
if it's
2
like not
rooms.
to sleep in it.
Yeah.
I have to have my own room.
Totally.
That is fully and 100% mine.
I'm with you. I feel like more people should be doing that.
Yeah, it's like whatever. If we want to share a bedroom, that's fine. But honestly, I need my own room.
You need 2 rooms.
I need
For
my own
all your stuff.
studio.
Yeah.
I need like an attached studio to our.
You guys can move in together, 3-bedroom, and keep this.
That's
apartment.
honestly, yeah, and honestly, I'm probably gonna stay here 3 nights a week.
Yeah. Dude,
And it's like no offense.
no, but that's amazing. I feel like that should be more common.
Yeah,
Y'all have separate living spaces. Enjoy yourselves. Take a break off for a fucking couple of nights. Wouldn't that be nice?
I love it.
Wouldn't marriages benefit from a couple nights off from each other? I mean,
Yeah,
Christ.
I mean, I guess if you're not those people, you're not those people. But
Sure.
I can't imagine. It's just
I
like
can't imagine you wouldn't be happier.
yeah, just a couple nights alone.
My ideal, I'm with you on that, 100%.
Yeah,
My
just
ideal.
doing whatever, watching whatever I want, eating
Yep.
whatever I want, and by that I do mean nothing.
Nothing.
I'm trying to stay in a calorie deficit.
Oh,
Ugh.
that's hell.
Whatever, it's fine. I'm fine with it. A little hunger keeps you going.
Sure. Yeah, a little motivation. I find that if I go to bed hungry, though,
What?
not only do I dream about food
Oh.
all night, like all night,
Yeah.
binge eat in my dreams.
Oh, really?
I do that. Has that ever happened to you?
I've never really
when
had
you go to
like
bed hungry?
eating dreams.
Oh, if I go to bed hungry, that's all I'm doing in my dream is eating.
That's crazy.
isn't
I mean, it
that-
makes 100% sense.
For sure, but yeah.
I've never thought about that.
Oh, it'll be like lasagna with dessert, like crazy.
Okay, Garfield.
Shit. I know. Okay. Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
No, I never have those. I just have traumatizing dreams.
Yeah, which
repeatedly.
sucks for you.
Over and over again.
But you can't remember them.
Yeah, I know. I can only remember like the stress and the emotions of
So
them.
you just wake up and you're like
Yeah, and I'm just like, what?
feeling bad.
Yeah, like fight or fight. Like, what's happening?
Oh no.
Yeah, it's great. Stellar. Super good.
Yeah, that's fun.
I need to go to therapy. It's fine.
Hey, there's no shortage of therapists.
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's not my issue.
No.
Shortage of money. And now I am unemployed, basically.
Yeah.
Like before I was like, oh, I'm unemployed, but I had a job that I was doing. It was just
Right.
like
And now that
not
job is
regular
over.
payments. But now that has come and has finished and I'm back and it's just real world.
When you said that at breakfast, Maggie's like, "Do you want to do yoga in the park with me?" And you're like, "I'd rather die." I could not. Like, so
Yeah.
dramatic.
Listen, I've been in a certain type of mindset
For a while.
for a while. This is the first time that we're back since
Rather.
I left and had to go do some stuff. And I'm not recovered. It's put me in a mood, which is like fine. It's only been a week. And I pretty much took this whole week off. I didn't even, I did like a little job hunting. I applied to like a few jobs,
Yeah.
but I was like, just take a fucking break,
For sure.
chill out for a week.
Yeah.
And then now I have roughly 3 months to find a job before everything
Yeah.
comes crashing down.
Well, that's a decent amount of time.
I was like, that's pretty good to have portioned out for my like bills.
For
So,
sure. For sure.
Whatever, I'll figure it out.
God, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well, at
It's
least your boyfriend has a
weird.
job. Worst case scenario.
I know. Ugh. I don't want to take money from a man
No.
ever again.
I mean, I'd rather have my own, but
I'd rather have my own. No, God. Ugh.
I just don't want to work for it.
I mean, I don't want to work for it either. I want to just be independently wealthy and unemployed.
Yes.
But that's not happening right now.
No, we were not born into families like that.
No.
At all.
We weren't even born into families that are good with like regular money.
No.
You know? No one's like investing and making
Nope.
moves. It's like
Uh-uh.
just sitting there
Yep.
running up credit card debt. At least mine is.
Oh, dude, I've been out of control.
Oh, well.
I
yeah.
need to pump my fucking brakes.
I had to put my brakes legally.
Legally.
Yeah, they're not giving me any more credit.
Legally. Oh, Paul. We'll get you through it. Well,
Lead you to it or whatever.
if the Lord
He
can
lead you to
whatever.
it. He can lead you through it.
Yeah, if the Lord leads you to it, he can lead you through it.
Yeah, just like Trixie Mattel says.
Took us a while to get there. Well,
We have to do an intro.
oh yes.
We can't forget to do an intro.
Oh, we keep forgetting
again.
to do that. I'll do it. Welcome back to another episode of Secondhand Smut. I'm Angela,
And I'm Paul.
and this is Secondhand Smut. And we're not going to forget to do that next time.
Yeah. I'm sure nobody noticed that we forgot to do that. Was it last time or the time before last?
I do believe it was the time before last, but I don't know that I remember doing one last time either. Did we?
We're falling apart.
The wheels are off.
Crumbling.
Well, Paul,
Crumbled.
I know, and I'm
Crumbled
sorry.
cookies, Paul Hatfield.
And you're the glue. Isn't that terrifying?
That is terrifying.
Well, how about this? For the next 2 hours, let's just chill.
Yeah.
Let's don't let anything get in your head.
Totally.
We'll just listen to this fun little story here.
Yes.
This is a fun one.
Okay, good. We needed a fun one.
And fun because so it's fantasy sci-fi.
Oh.
So you will get into it.
I won't
However,
get into it.
you're also going to have very strong opinions.
Okay.
This book is called Choosing Theo by Victoria Aveline, and it is not about a trans man from Portland.
I don't know. It sounds pretty sci-fi.
Here's the cover.
Okay.
So the cover is a naked torso of a man, hard body, hard abs, and he's got like black markings that look like tattoos all over his body.
Oh, but I guess they're not tattoos because you just said markings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, this looks like I don't know, like a horny Destiny thing with like these symbols and stuff. The game Destiny.
Oh,
you
that
know,
would be a
Destiny.
good fucking
That's
book too.
what it makes me think of.
Oh, dude, I also wanted to tell you. Remember your guess about what Fight was, and it was going to be like a 5-part book series,
Yeah,
post-apocalyptic reverse harem thing?
Mm-hmm.
That exists.
Of course.
That book exists.
What's it called?
I can't remember. I've got it saved on my TikTok. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
It's this woman, post-apocalyptic, who gets kidnapped by these mercenaries. It's like 5 of them, and she ends up falling in love with all of them and fucking all of them. And it's like 4 or 5 books.
All right, when did that come out?
I know.
We need to fucking start.
If that came out, if that
came
series came out in the last 2 months, someone
That's
ripped
insane.
you off.
Someone ripped me off, and they probably had AI write it. Oh my god, dude.
Yep.
Do I have to stop doing guesses, or do I need to like TM all of them?
I do want to tell you, 4.11 stars out of almost 50,000 ratings on Goodreads.
What about
That's a good
you?
I gave it a 3.95.
Okay.
But 50,000 ratings.
I mean, yeah, that's a
4.11,
lot.
that's a lot. Just kind of interesting. This, I want to note, this was published in 2020. Just keep that in mind as you read through this. Okay.
Yeah, that's so old.
You can read it from here.
Being kidnapped by aliens is only the start of Jade's problems. This is kind of like the other one. Thankfully, her rescuers, an alien race known as the
Clecanians,
are willing to protect her, but she has to stay on their planet for 1 year and respect the rules of their culture, including choosing a husband. Jade refuses at first, but then decides to play along until she can find a way back to Earth. Theo, a scarred mercenary who prefers a life of solitude, is stunned when Jade selects him as her husband. After years of being passed over, he's never imagined he would be chosen, and neither did anyone else. Only one explanation makes sense. The curvy, enticing female must be a spy, and Theo's determined to break her cover using any means necessary. This is getting out there.
I have to be honest, I was shocked that it had above a 4.0 on Goodreads.
Because this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
As Jade and Theo are forced to spend time together, their chemistry becomes undeniable. But neither can afford to bring love into the equation, especially since Jade seems determined to go home. After all, she can't possibly stay here, right? Do you think she stay? Does she stay?
Do you think she stays?
Do you think she ends up staying?
Yeah, so I chose this book because I had been hearing about it online, and people are like, "Oh, this is a really good book. I'm really liking this." And I'm reading it, I'm like, "It's pretty pedestrian, but okay."
Yeah.
I was like, "All right." It's mostly world building.
Okay.
This book.
I could see that.
So it's got 8 parts to it, and I could tell because I got to like 65% of the book, and I was like, "Where's Jade and Theo's story?"
Yeah.
So it's a lot of world building,
Great.
which is fun.
Was it long?
I think it was like 360 pages. So I mean,
Oh.
it certainly wasn't short.
But not like crazy.
It wasn't like it wasn't like Ice Planet Barbarians, which was like 200 pages.
Oh yeah, but that was over in 2 seconds. That was like uncomfortably short.
Yeah, for sure. This is also fast paced like that. Like they do more world building, but then the couple stories fast paced. So you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it, kind of a thing. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what your opinion is, because there's a lot of similarities to Ice Planet Barbarians in this book.
Okay. Well,
And so I looked up.
I was all, yeah, check the date.
I did. This was published in 2020. Guess when Ice Planet Barbarians was published?
2019.
2015.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, interesting. But this book is also a journey. I was like, okay. And I was like, cheesy, but I get it. It's fantasy. She's
Okay.
writing a fantasy.
Yes.
And then I was like, this is losing me. And then I was like, oh, this is getting me. And then I ended up really liking the ending.
It is a journey. That does sound like a journey, in fact.
Journey. So let's get going without further ado. So Jade is at her home in North Carolina.
Okay.
And she starts hearing crazy shit. Boom. She's kidnapped by aliens.
Okay.
Okay.
Abducted.
Sorry.
Some would say. No, I think you can say kidnapped.
She is on a spaceship with 2 reptilian-looking aliens. She's like, this is pretty boring. Not much is going on. She's like clearly in a room with a bed, with a toilet. They have her eat some green goo, but really nothing's going on.
What's the green goo taste like?
I don't think she said.
Weird.
Yeah.
Would have been the first thing I said.
She might have said it, and I might be forgetting.
It's all right.
But then, like, one morning, she's been there for like 3 or 4 days, and then one morning she wakes up and like she feels a pain in her ear, and they're walking out of her room.
Oh. What does
And
that
then
mean?
she's like, "This is so boring. What's going on? Nothing's happening." So
Did she
then
get probed? Ear probed?
you'll find out.
Okay.
Believe it or not. She did get ear
She
probed.
did get ear probe.
Stuck their little alien dick
Yeah.
in her ear.
Yeah, and they left something.
Uh-huh. That's how they impregnate human women.
I know stuff about aliens.
Sure. Stuff about aliens. So then one night, they rip her out of her cell and they throw her into this egg-shaped pod. And she tries to, like, fight them a little bit. And she's able to grab what she's now come to know as, like, sleep spray. They spray it in her face and it puts her to sleep. So she's got this can of sleep spray on her, but that's all she's got. And then next thing we know, she's in space.
Okay.
Flying through space.
In the pod?
In the pod.
Okay.
And then she's being sucked into the gravitational pull of a planet. And she's like, I'm going to blow the fuck up.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to crash.
I'm going to burn.
Yeah, I'm going to die.
I'm going to crash. I'm going to die.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, at that point,
It was so
you've been
boring.
abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
It's like, live or die. I don't give a shit.
Something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So she wakes, she comes to, and her pod's obviously like broken, and she's sitting there, and she's like in a forest. Like, picture a prehistoric forest. The leaves are like big, huge, giant lily pads, like probably the size of this circular thing.
Ooh,
like, just
I like that.
Yeah, crazy. There's two huge moons, and she can hear someone approaching from behind. She's like, oh my god. So she's like, where's my fucking sleep spray? And so she's like, crouches down and she sprays them. She can't see them. It's kind of dark out, but she sprays them. She hears them hit the ground, and she's like, I'm just gonna take off running.
Crazy.
So she takes off running.
I would have searched that body. I would have looted that corpse.
Oh, for sure, you gotta loot.
Yeah, I've been getting weapons and shit. But whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's running, and eventually she gets to a clearing, and she sees what she thinks is like a city far off. It's a bunch of spires, and she's like, that's got to be a city. I'm just going to run there.
Giant termite mounds or something. It's actually bugs.
That would be crazy.
Would
Giant termites.
Giant termites.
You know what's crazy? Giant sloths. That those were a thing.
Yeah, ground sloths.
Ground sloths.
Huge.
I can't believe that was real.
That's what people used to call me in middle school.
Ground sloth. You don't look. Why didn't you ever tell me that?
Why? What do you mean? Because I'm just gonna give you ammunition
First of all, you don't look anything like a sloth
anymore.
anymore. It's because you wore brown
I grew
all
out
day
of
every
it.
day. So she's running towards these spires, and now she's like, I've been running for like 2 fucking days. I feel like I'm not getting closer to this city. What's going on? Is it a mirage? And she has no food or water.
Yeah, 2 days.
She's been I'm like, first of all, can you go 2 days without water?
Yeah, you can go 3.
Oh, okay.
And then you're done.
And then you're done. Well, she's like, I don't want to drink anything if it's going to be poisonous. But she finds a stream and she's like, I have to drink this. So she drinks it. She's fine. It's water.
Okay.
Then she sees a silver orb floating. And it looks like it's close enough to her, but also looks like it's going in the direction of the city. And she's like, I'm just going to run towards whatever this orb is. I hope that it's a vehicle, and I hope that they're friendlies. So she's running. She gets within reach, and then boom, next thing we know, she's waking up, and she's in this room on this, like, beautiful couch. Like, the walls are rounded. Everything looks modern, but not, like, white modern. Like, it just looks cool and sleek.
Okay.
And nice. She sees a woman walking into the room. She looks human, but just alien enough. Like, she's got big eyes. Her ears are pointed on both ends. And she's got, like, translucent looking, white looking marks all over her body. And she's gorgeous.
Okay.
And she's tall. And the woman's like, oh, good, you're awake. And Jade can understand what she's saying. And the woman's like, you can understand me. You have a translator in your ear. So that's what those reptile aliens were doing. They were putting a translator in her ear.
So is she a fucking spy? Because I'm like, why did they drop her?
Yeah.
Why'd they kidnap her and drop her?
Right.
But
they clearly dropped her there for a reason.
Yeah. And so,
On
I
this
mean,
planet.
the aliens are like, you have a translator in your ear because those aliens put it in there? Or because they're just like, there's one in there?
They're just like, there's one in there.
They don't know about the reptilians.
I think they may have scanned her.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Scan her chipper like a dog.
A chipper. Anyway, she's like, but if you speak, I won't be able to understand you. I don't think my translator recognizes your language.
Your fucking barbaric human language.
Uh-huh. So she's like, I can tell that you speak Earthling English, which is a class 4 planet, and you should not be here. Class 4 planet people should not be here.
Yeah.
And she's like,
peasants.
So she's just kind of giving her a little bit of a breakdown as to where she is, what's going on. She's on this planet called Clecania, and she's like, we need to go meet the others. And she's like, the others? Where are the others? Anyway, so they go to a meeting room, and she walks in, and there's like a bunch of women and men and a very like fancy looking woman.
Oh, a fancy woman.
Queen? It was the queen. It is the queen. And so...
Oh, this advanced-ass civilization still has a queen?
Well, they're advanced, but not advanced. It's very interesting.
Okay.
It goes places
Okay.
where you're like, this is funny. Clearly, this woman was writing a fantasy. And it is a fantasy.
Okay.
Lady porn, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Fuck
you,
That's what
bitch.
you just said.
Fuck you.
So I wanted to read you just a little bit. This is something the queen says to her.
Slay mama.
Yep. Okay. So the dark-eyed man who still had a scowl on his face interrupted. Intergalactic. Oh no. So this is just a guy saying this. She can tell they're like dignitaries. They're like elites, clearly. And he goes, intergalactic law says that she's to remain on Clecania for a period of 1 year. It's illegal in intergalactic law to approach a class 4 planet, which Earth is. It's been set for however millennia that class 4 planets are to evolve on their own. They're not to be intercepted.
Whatever. We're not gonna make it.
Right. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
So anyway, he's just saying, if a class 4 individual is found to be on our planets, this is what happens. You're here to remain for a year. Our law states that Offworlder needs to be put under protection and monitored by a resident for that year, if my understanding of the law is correct.
And our years...
That's
a
what
standard set of time.
she asks that, and Maya, the woman who met her, is like, your translator is translating our version of whatever time to yours. So if you hear us say a year, it is a year.
So it's just
you.
a coincidence that our time unit happens to be 365 Earth days.
Yeah, but theirs might not be. It's just being translated to something she can understand.
Okay.
Like a year.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're like their year is like 5 of our
5
years,
days
or something like
yeah.
that, it's like I'm gonna need to know
For
like
sure.
an in minutes,
Yeah,
maybe
in minutes.
type of breakdown.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of like in this book, a lot of coincidences.
Yeah, well, that's good. There are no coincidences.
Everything happens for
Everything
a
happens
reason.
for a reason. We're all connected.
Anyway, so she's like, so I'm just paired up with some stranger. Why a year? And then they say a year will provide whichever species encounters a class 4 species enough time to teach them about the known universe. Not everything, just enough so you can function outside of the only planet you've known. We're required to help you learn how to build a new life outside of Earth. Because intergalactic law states that no one is to approach a class 4 planet, we're not going to be bringing you back to Earth. You're here for good. You can leave this planet, Clecania, and go somewhere else in the universe if you want, but we're not going to help you get back to Earth. And if you find someone that's going to help you back to Earth, they're going to be basically like a fucking space pirate. It'll be illegal.
Done.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, whatever. So, and she's like, the person you're going to be paired up with, we will let you choose them. They're going to protect you from whoever brought you here, who will undoubtedly be looking for you. There's a reason you just showed up here. We're thinking you were brought to this planet for a purpose. We don't know who brought you here, why, what that purpose is, but we're going to pair you up with someone who's going to protect you from them.
Okay.
Give me all the feedback, Paul.
I'm just like, okay, I guess. If you're in this situation, I just be like, what am I going to say? No.
Right.
Like,
you don't really.
Yeah, ball's kind of in your court,
don't really
alien
have a
species.
choice. Yeah, like I'm on your planet.
I'm on your planet and you're telling me I can never go home. And also, I wouldn't want to go home.
Neither would I.
Because it's like, let's say they spend a year teaching you how to be like
about the universe and about this culture.
And so you're like, all right, cool. Now that I learned all that, I'm going to spend some time to find a pirate that's going to take me back to Earth so that I can get home.
So that I can have bills
like,
to pay.
Yeah, like I'm going to be like this badass space person who fucking goes on an adventure with a pirate, and then I get back to Earth, and then I'm like,
yeah,
contributing to a 401k.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
No.
I know it's kind of the classic case of, it's a running joke that like all the women in these like romantasy stories that get kidnapped by princes and are forced to live in a fucking castle.
Yeah.
Bitches are like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
What, you want to go back to being a pauper?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
enjoy it.
unless they're, you know, assaulting you every night or
Right,
something.
which they're not.
Which they're not.
They never are.
They never are.
Yeah. Unless you
in the
read dark
book.
romance.
Unless you want them to.
Yeah. Which in that case they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise I'm like, let's fucking
Embrace it.
Yeah.
For sure.
I'm like,
Especially
what's like a cool
this
planet?
world.
Someone
Especially
take me to a
this.
cool planet. There's a planet of like hot dudes that are only into chubby guys.
Oh God.
Take me to it.
I would love
I'll
that.
be their king.
Yes. You'll charm them.
Yes.
They'll fall in love.
I don't even have to be king.
Just like
Just respected
yeah.
and taken care of
Oh,
and doted on.
that is the premise of this book in reverse. It's for women.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So anyway, the queen's like, great, we actually have a coupling ceremony tomorrow. This is perfect timing. You will choose a mate, or you will choose a husband tomorrow.
Yeah.
You will marry them for 3 months. After that 3 months is up, you can choose to leave your husband, and we'll let you still have to stay here for a year, but I'll let you live on your own.
Oh, that's dope.
If you don't want to stay with your husband.
I love a trial period.
Yes, for sure.
3 month trial period's great too.
Yeah, 90 days. Okay, so she's like, this is insane, but whatever. And so she meets this little man, this old man next to her. His name is Zekas. And Zekas is like, get ready.
Zekas the Freakus.
You're going to be a bride tomorrow. And she's like, a fucking bride? And she panics and she tries to escape. And so she runs. She's like, did I come down this hallway? And there's this guard that he's like running after her, and he gets her, and she like punches him in the face. His name is Nedas. Nedas. His name is Nedas.
Nedas this penis.
Do that for everyone's names.
I can't. Well, they're setting them up. It's easy.
So he's just kind of like scowling at her, whatever. And Zekas is like, please don't leave. Like, listen, we are good people. We're going to treat you well. I promise you. I know you're scared, whatever. Just like try to be open-minded.
I'm going to need an anatomy lesson.
Yes.
Stat. I need to know
sure.
what you guys are packing down there.
Uh-huh. Oh, we go find out. And so Nedas watches her overnight. Now we're at the next day. We're at the choosing ceremony. The choosing ceremony is like an all-day event. It has 3 parts. The viewing, the like scanning. She goes to see a doctor, and the doctor does things to her. I'll tell you. And then the testing. So she's in this room, and it's kind of like a one-way mirror type situation. All these guys start filing in. They're all good looking.
Okay.
They're all hot. She can tell.
Are they all translucent or whatever the fuck?
Some of them are different. Some have like green hair or like lavender hair or crazy colored eyes, or some will have markings, some won't. Some will. They are all a little bit different.
Okay.
But they're all beautiful and hunky and huge.
And like very human-y.
And then one comes in who looks different from all the rest. He's like 6'6".
Short.
Dark tan skin with dark inky black markings all over his body, and she can see some like scars, maybe. Green eyes, black hair, and she notices that the other women in the room are like they're like, ooh,
Sounds a little racist.
Gross. Oh, there's some racism in here.
Okay, this feels
Alien racism. They're like, ooh. And she's like,
this
guy's
is feeling
fucking
very Category 4 planet or whatever.
right. It sure is.
I would say that all the time too.
That's very class 4
Yeah,
of
that's
you.
very class 4 of you.
That'd be such a. Well,
Yeah.
would they know how much of a burden that would be?
It doesn't
Do
matter.
they know how shitty Earth is?
That doesn't matter.
Right.
Because I know
True.
how bad.
True. And so she's like, I'm not seeing what they're seeing. This is the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life. I'm clearly. She has to
One
choose.
man's trash.
100%. Yep. She has to choose 3 that she likes. Anyway, so after the viewing, she sits back down with Zekas, and he explains. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to gloss over because, like I said, most of the book is world building and culture explaining. So I'm just going to paraphrase it. But he says that 300 years ago, there was a plague that wiped out 70% of the women, and they have not been able to repopulate Clickania with women. Men just keep being born. So what they've done is they have created a culture around women being treasured and worshipped, and they get to choose their husbands. They get to try them out for 3 months, and it is the husband's job to prove to her that he is worthy of her. for 3 months.
That's not very class 4.
No.
That's very not class 4.
Yeah. And so, just wait. It was very fun.
I bet it was very fun.
And so he explains that in their culture, they used to have matehood, true mates, soul mates. There has not been a record of a mating in 150 years.
We're keeping track?
Yep.
Okay.
So they're worried about extinction. They're like, we're on our way out at this point, and we're doing everything we can to make sure women are happy, healthy, doted on, so that their body's in a good way, and maybe they can produce women, babies.
Sure. Have we thought about genetic engineering?
She does mention, like,
you know,
IVF.
Like
and
IVF
stuff like
and only
that.
using the lady ones.
Yeah, she does mention that. Jade mentions that. And I can't remember what, I think it's a Sivas tells her. Oh, yeah. It doesn't take. They have to have sex.
It's good old fashioned.
Good old fashioned.
Good old fashioned.
They're like, we've tried that. We've tried the artificial insemination. Half the pregnancies just weren't happening. They were miscarrying. They were all this stuff. So it just wasn't working.
But the other half are working?
But mostly men. Still no women
that's
being
the thing,
born.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, now we know all of this.
And that's
stuff.
what will happen if you get rid of women.
That's goddamn right.
You die.
You don't have a species.
You don't have a species. I guess one side or the other, but still.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So she's like, interesting. So I'll be doted on for 3 months by this man. I can choose to have sex with him or not have sex with him. And he has to treat me well by law. All right.
I mean, I guess so.
Could be worse.
People be breaking laws.
For sure. And they do. They're not all good on this planet.
Yeah.
Most of them are, but they're not all good. And she also, like, just mentions, she's like, while she's thinking this over, she's like, well, I did, like, the week before I was abducted, just got my birth control shot, so maybe I could have sex with this crazy hot alien and not get up.
Pregnant. Who
So
knows about that alien seed, though?
Exactly. It's
Who knows?
right. You think Earth birth control is going to work?
Yeah. Good luck.
So he's like, Zekas is like, okay, tell me which 3 men you like. And she's like, well, I really liked this one guy. And here, he holds like a card. You can see it.
Yeah, I see his little
So
card.
she like drew his symbol down, and they're like, are you sure you drew this right?
This ugly fuck?
Uh-huh. And Zekas is there with another woman named Asiva. They're like her just people.
Asiva these tits.
Asiva these tits. Who knows if I'm pronouncing any of
I
this
don't
right?
care.
Either, by the way. Okay, so he's just like, this is a really interesting choice. And she's like, why? Is he a prick or something? Like, all these women were disgusted by him. Like, what's the deal? And Theo and Asiva are like, no, we've known him for his entire life. There's almost no better man on this planet than Theo.
He's just so fucking ugly.
But he's never been chosen. He's lived a life of solitude. And he's, who knows, how he'll act if you were to, he doesn't know how to behave around women. We don't know because he's never been chosen. Blah, 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 blah.
Incel.
So Zekas leaves, and Asiva's like, okay, I'm going to go through these men's files that you've chosen. If you like them, you can say yes. If you don't like them, you can say no. So then she's like, before I do that, I want to explain some things to you about men on our planet. So I'm going to read this just little bit to you. So, in many cultures on this planet, but especially here in Tremanta, Clicanian children start going to school when they're about 7 years old. The subjects are normal, reading, writing, whatever. When Clicanian boys turn 17, their education is split in half. Half the time the boys take classes that coincide with whatever job they want. The other half is husbandry school. Jade's like, husbandry school? You're fucking with me.
Yeah,
this is insane.
crazy.
This is crazy. There are many more males than females here. The way our society decides who's deserving of a wife and child is based on their grades in husbandry school, their rankings. And so she's like, many things. She's like, what else is it based on? Many things. They have to make enough money to care for a wife and a child. They have to have a clean bill of health, be of a certain age, things like that. Females mostly care about their rankings and their grades. So she tells Jade that Theo is like a mercenary of sorts, but there's not a lot of details on his job because it's a secretive thing. And, but she's like, he's extremely wealthy and doesn't really need to work. He can take a job if he wants, if he likes the mission, if he likes the target, whatever, he can take a job. But he's like loaded, doesn't need a job.
I mean,
blah, 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 blah.
Is this like sexist?
It's reverse sexist. It's
but
so
I just
reverse sexist. And I loved it. I'm reading it and I was like, that's
sexist,
goddamn right.
Isn't it?
It is.
I was, we only care about them for their looks, their money, and their ability to please me.
100%.
Them as a person?
Yep.
Not concerned.
And I loved that. I was like,
yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I can get into this fantasy for a
it's
second.
very different from here on Earth. But it's very much the same.
Yeah.
It's still bad.
So here's his scores. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Cooking. They're graded on a scale of 1 out of 10. You have to have an average of 7 to be deemed worthy of marriage.
Oh, okay.
I know.
And then are we just like putting them to death if they don't make it, or they just die alone?
No. They get chosen or they don't get chosen, So like Theo's fine. He's been living his life. He's got like a big mansion. He's just never been chosen. Is he lonely?
What's the gay scene on Cacadia?
Oh, she did ask about same-sex marriages. She was like,
because to me, I'm like, this sounds like a lot of
women,
men.
The women can be, what you can do is you can choose a man. You can choose several men. You can just keep trying them out.
Sure.
And if you're like, you know what? No thanks. There's a special place
for lesbians
that you can go to.
Hell.
And just
there's a special place for all you fucking homos, and it's hell.
It's where you can go live with other women.
Okay, but what about the gay men?
I don't know about the gay men.
This is feeling suspicious.
Okay, do you want to know his scores?
Yeah.
This is so fun. Cooking, 10.
Okay.
Massage, 10. Childcare, 8.
Men.
Conversation, 3.
Oh.
Appearance, 1.
Oh.
And Jade's just like, I don't think his appearance is a 1, but whatever.
Some chicks love ugly dudes.
Yeah.
And that's
he's
true.
not ugly either, by the way.
I know. I heard he's fucking gross.
That's what you're... I'm taking away that
yeah,
he's...
I'm fucking gross. All the other girls are like, that dude's gross. And then just this one bitch from Earth is like...
suspicious, right?
Yeah. He's part human.
He's not.
Okay.
Okay, anyway. Preferences, 9. Preferences refers to men knowing what women like, what they prefer, from clothing to home design to jewelry. Anatomy, 10. Anatomy in this case refers to female anatomy and them knowing female anatomy, how it works, what to do, all that stuff. Sexual proficiency, he's rated at a 10 as well. And she's like, how do you grade that? Do they like have sex in front of people? And she's like, yeah, they do.
Yeah. What of it, bitch?
We watch them have sex and we grade them. And he's got a 10. Anyway. So Jade's like, this is fucking crazy. The training they go through, she's like, this is insane. She's having all the thoughts that you're having.
Yeah.
She's like, this is fucked up.
This is fucked up.
So Asiva's like, she's voicing these concerns to Asiva. And Asiva's like, please just try not to judge our culture.
They like it.
They're into it.
They like it.
It doesn't hurt them.
It's not bad because they like it.
Yeah. So... she's just like, don't judge our culture until you've lived it. And Jade's like, all right, I'll do my best.
Yeah,
like,
whatever,
I know I'm here,
whore,
so...
mistress, fucking commander of the men. Jesus.
I love it.
I just mean, like, oppressing other people just because you're oppressed is still bad.
Well, and they're
it's still bad.
And she's like, they're not oppressed.
They're sounding oppressed. They're sounding like tools.
They are. Men are tools.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get what this author's doing.
I get it. It's bad here.
Yeah.
But now you're just fucking like shit run downhill. And you made a world where you just get to shit on the men for shitting on you.
For sure.
We're still just covering shit.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's phase 2. It's where she's going to go to the doctor. So she's put in like this MRI tube type thing. It scans her body, sees if she's like allergic to anything on the planet or if anything's poisonous to her makeup DNA. It also like fixes anything on your body. The doctor's like, oh, you have some scars. Do you want to fix your scars? Do you want to, your knee cartilage is fucked up. We can repair that. She's like, your thyroid looks like it's not fully functioning. All the hormones you should have. Do you want to fix that?
I want that tube so bad. I got some eczema.
She was like,
take care of.
She's like, it can take all the hair off your legs. You'll never have to shave again. I know, Paul. It's a fantasy.
No, it's fun. It's funny. It's like, but it's like remember like watching Home Improvement and they would do like the man's kitchen or
Yeah.
the man's bathroom. And it was all
Yeah.
these like stereotypical sexist things that a man would want. This is like
Sure.
the female version.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Oh, it is.
oh,
As I
here's
was-
a tube that'll fix your knees and
Everything.
shave your legs.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Everything. And then so Jade is like asking the doctor, she's like, I want to know how my anatomy compares to Clicanian female anatomy. And
yeah,
she's
mirror,
like,
mirror on the wall.
Yeah.
Am I as hot as these fucking bitches?
she was like, it's actually very similar. You seem to have a lot of nerve endings on the outside of your body. Talk about her clit.
Yeah.
She's like,
Heard of it?
you're probably going to be pleased very easily by these men.
Because they're all ribbed for your pleasure.
Well, because the Clicanian women, they don't have a clit, so it's harder to make them orgasm.
they just got deep G's.
Yep. And so
tough.
she's like, okay, interesting. And then the doctor's like, the male members are larger on this planet, and you may have a hard time, but you should be able to accommodate.
I just know this bitch, the author, has got some fucking gnarly dildos at home. Tentacles,
for sure.
horns, just silicone shaped like you can't believe.
You are so right,
corkscrews,
Paul. I didn't even
like
think about that.
nutso stuff.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Just funny that those are even a thing. Anyway, so the last phase of the choosing is testing.
So it's like a fuck.
Whatever you want. So she's walking through this hallway. Zekas comes and picks her up. Asiva's like, all right, see you later. Zekas comes and picks her up. And she's walking down this hallway. And she can hear women screaming.
Yeah.
Like having sex with
Yeah,
the
good
men they're
scream.
testing. And so she has narrowed it down to Theo and one other guy. And he's like, okay, here's this room with this guy. And she can hear a woman having sex in there. And she's like, I don't want to have sloppy seconds. So I'm just going to say no to him. I know, so
Okay,
get it
that's
yourself.
like so fucking class 4 thinking.
So class.
That's so class 4 thinking.
We should make
oh,
it.
we're
Okay.
even if it's just us, we're
Just in
saying
front of-
that. Yeah.
Let's do it in front of Maggie.
Oh,
and never
Maggie's
tell her.
So class 4.
Never tell her what
It's
it means.
crazy.
Oh wait,
yeah.
she's gonna hear this podcast. Anyway, so then they get to Theo's room, and Zekas is like, "Okay, you're gonna meet Theo." In testing, the men stay blindfolded so that they don't know who's testing them, because the women can test them and say no, thank you, and they don't want the men to know who
No hard feelings.
rejected them.
Okay.
So she gets in there. She opens the door. There's like a couch, and Theo's there, and he's
Casting
got this
couch.
blind casting couch. That's
the
what
casting
this
couch
is.
scenario.
Is. He's blindfolded, and he stands up from the couch, and he's just like hot,
Feeling around.
And so she's just like, he's like,
Oh.
oh, that would give me the ick.
Oh, yeah,
if a
of
man
course.
was doing that, I'd
Yeah.
be like, "Ugh."
Yes. Men
So-
should see at all times.
Yes.
Or it's gross.
So she's like, damn, this guy's hot. And she's like not moving, not saying anything. His translator has yet to be updated with Earthling English, so he wouldn't be able to understand her anyway. Anyway, so he starts taking his clothes off, and she's just like drooling,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And so she walks over to him, and she like touches his scars, and he like grabs her wrist, pulls her closer, and then he like comes up to her and like smells her neck. He's like, he just like inhales, he's like,
Yeah.
you know, and then like runs his tongue up her neck.
Yeah.
And she lets out a little whimper, a little moan, and he panics, and he like turns around, and she's like, oh God, what did I do? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get out of here. So she left, and Zekas is like, what's happening? And she's like, he smelled me. He like inhaled my scent or whatever. And Zekas is like, okay, interesting. So then she goes back to her room. He's like, are you done testing him? She said yes. So she goes back to her room, whatever. Theo's told to go home. Now she gets to decide if she wants to stay with him or not.
Choosing Theo.
So Zekas goes to Theo's house and is like, you've been chosen.
Yeah.
And Theo's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, I haven't been.
Yeah.
And Zekas is like, well, you have been. And it's lawfully, you have to come get her. So you can't say no to this. You are duty.
Yeah.
You're her husband now. So
That's a red flag.
he goes and they meet. Okay. Oh, obviously, by the way, when he was undressing, she saw his dick and it was huge.
Oh, obviously.
Yep. So we get his perspective a little bit, and he was like, I've never smelled a scent so intoxicating. I was lost control of myself. Whatever.
There's something different about her. There's something different about
Something
her.
different about her. And he was like, there's no way. He's contemplating this as he's going back to the castle or whatever. He's like, there's no way a sane woman would ever choose me. I'm disgusting. I've never been chosen. This bitch has got to be a spy sent here by one of my enemies. He's like, I've done that. In fact, I did that a couple months ago. I hired a woman to seduce one of my targets. He's like, one of my enemies could be doing that to me with her right now.
Okay.
And
I mean, I get that. I definitely would.
I mean, I was like,
I
whatever.
could definitely do those mental fucking jumping jacks,
yeah.
cartwheels.
Oh, yeah, like, I'm so disgusting.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
no way
so
they could
disgusting.
ever
The
link
only
me.
way that this person could be into me is if it is a government plot to overthrow the powers.
Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, so he's like, whatever, if she's a fucking spy, she's not going to get anything out of me. Maybe I can have a little fun with her for a few months. So he goes and he meets her, and they get in his little orb, and they float to his house.
That gives me the ick.
Which is... Yep,
That's like
they're orbs.
fucking roll on the ground, bitch.
And so his house, by the way, is like this McMansion, huge house on the edge of the forest in front of the ocean. It's like black sand beach. It's like beautiful. The two moons are out. And the house is like mostly made out of glass. So you just feel like you're in the forest or on the ocean. And he's got it like decorated, like plush couches and rugs. And it's just like an ideal home.
Of course. Why would he have anything but that?
Yep. And so when he gets her in the house, she's like pointing to her clothes like she wants to change out of her clothes. She's just wearing this like sack dress type thing. So he goes and gets her some of his clothes and she changes. While she changes, his translator updates so he can now understand
I was going to say,
her.
what the fuck with these translators? Slow ass updates. This fucking is not an advanced species.
No. And this is where I'm telling you their love story is very fast paced.
Okay.
It's in what we in the book world called insta love.
Okay.
And I don't love insta love. I don't read insta love, but when it's like a alien smut book, I'm like, okay, it's a fantasy. I get it.
Yeah.
So she comes out of the room wearing just one of his t-shirts, and he's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And he's holding a glass. Breaks the glass. And then he's
Oh
like,
my God.
and then he's like, oh no, I've broken the glass. Picks her up, sets her on the counter, and is like inspecting her feet, making sure she didn't fucking get any scratches or anything. And
I'm not a fucking child.
right, he's
Do
like,
not treat me as
he's
such.
like rubbing up on her and shit, and she gets
A boner?
She gets a boner, and he can smell her scent. He can smell her arousal.
That pussy stink.
Come to find out, Clicanian women wear very thick underwear to mask their scent.
Oh.
She's not really wearing any, so
no.
he can smell her scent.
She's raw.
Going a
airing
little
it.
crazy.
Okay.
So this comes into
I
play.
hope he can control himself.
I don't know if he can. It's sexist in so many ways.
It's so crazy. I was like, why am I? I was like, what am I? I'm feeling a special kind of not into this. What is it?
It's very.
It's sexism.
Yeah. It's.
It just is
wait,
masked
just
under
wait.
female.
So. But then there's like the stereotypical sexism.
It's just very
where men
stereotypical.
can't
It's
handle
stereotypical.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So. He's like loving up on her, and then he can smell her scent, and he's like feels like he's losing control, and then it's like a switch flips, and he's like, "What are you doing here? What are you here for? Who fucking sent you? Why are you here? Who sent you?" Literally.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you can understand me now. We can understand." He's
Oh,
like,
it's
"Yeah."
like that.
He's like, "Yeah, my translator updated, bitch." And she's like, "I was abducted from my home planet.
I'm a
dropped on
victim.
yours. I'm a victim here. I chose you because look at you. You're fucking banging. I'm into you." And he's like, "No, don't."
Now
buy
I
it."
know you're lying.
Yep. So they get in this big old fight. She goes to her room and is like, well, I'm not fucking talking to this asshole. Stays in her room all night. Next day, because of his husbandry training, he doesn't have it within him to be a total fucking asshole to her. So she wakes up. He's got breakfast made. It's like a buffet. He pays attention to what she likes, what she doesn't like, so he can make those things for her.
Okay.
And then he's like, comes in her room, and there's like this orb thing and this like remote. And he puts it on the ground, and then like a hologram woman comes out, and he's like, buy yourself some clothes. You need clothes.
Online shopping.
She goes, online shopping. So she's like, orders all these clothes.
Yeah.
And she's like, so what, you're just nice to me now? And he's like, I've just decided that if you're a spy, you're a spy. You're not going to fucking get anything out of me, so whatever.
Except for this dick.
Uh-huh. So she's like, your paranoia is out of control. I just want you to understand that. I'm not a spy.
I'd be like, maybe I am a spy.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I literally have no idea.
True.
I was snatched off of my
Yeah.
shit
Maybe
class 4 planet, and now I'm here. I might be a spy.
For sure.
You should check on that.
Right.
But it's really none of my business.
Who am I even?
Yeah. Who am I?
And so he's like, whatever, I'm going to try and like catch her in, I'm going to like suss her out, try to catch her. I'll say things that like if she was a spy, she would know.
Have at it.
Like customary type things. So apparently women on that planet don't like to have pets in the home. And he has a dog.
Okay.
And he's been keeping the dog in the guest house overnight because, you know, he didn't want it in the house because it annoys women. So he's like, oh, let me see how she reacts to this dog. Obviously, the dog comes running in and she's like,
oh, I love it.
I fucking love this dog.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, that's a weird response. Whatever. So he's just trying to like do stupid little shit like that to catch
Yeah,
her.
it does sound stupid.
As a spy. It is stupid. Hey, at least I didn't rate this one 5 stars.
No, that's fine. No.
Not even 4.
Honestly, I do like it more than whatever that one was.
Fight.
No.
War. It's more entertaining.
It is more entertaining than
It's
War.
more
At least when I'm
entertaining.
picturing it, there's 2 moons.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. The dog is like larger than a Earth dog, like possibly Great Dane size.
Okay. Fluffy or like scaly?
Fluffy. She's like, this looks like a descendant of a dog. So maybe it is. And she's like, where the fuck did you get a dog from? And he's like, well, I know this. He knows a lot of seedy people because of what he does.
Yeah.
He's like, I do know someone who sells exotic animals. So he kind of makes a mental note to like check in with that guy and be like, where did
Yeah,
SIBO
did you
come
get
from?
this
Where
from-
did you? Because he's like, if she is from Earth, I want to try and figure out who the fuck got her. And so he's like, I'm gonna go talk to that guy when I can about where this dog came from and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So then he's like, oh, did I not tell you about the newlywed custom of bathing together? Sorry.
It's just going to be ice cubes and you sipping on that straw this whole fucking episode. Cling, 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 cling. Those are ice cubes, everyone.
I'll set it down. Okay. He's like, of bathing together?
Yeah.
And she's like, no one told me. And he's like, yeah, we are supposed to bathe together
Let me
tonight.
wash your hair.
So he's got a bathing room.
Yeah.
In
Love
his house.
that.
Oh yeah, you walk in ground, sunken in the ground.
That's my dream. Full
Me
wet room,
too.
bathroom.
With an attendant to scrub my skin.
Oh, absolutely
Wash
not.
my hair.
Absolutely not.
Do it all for me.
No one's looking at me.
Korean.
Yeah,
Have you seen those Korean body scrubs where they like rub
Oh,
your
no.
nipples off?
I don't want that.
Oh my God, yeah. Anyway, so that night she's like, okay, I'll take a fucking bath with you, whatever. And they get in the tub. It's huge, obviously. And he's like on one end, she's on one end. And they just start talking to each other. They are having nice conversation.
Good.
He's like, what's your home life like? What was it like for you on Earth? Do you have family?
The pits.
She obviously has a horrible
Yes.
life.
Yes, she's escaping
Right.
the horrible life that is Earth.
He's got like 5 or 4 brothers and a sister. Parents are dead. His mom was an off-worlder. She was not Clicanian. So he's mixed blood. He's a mudblood.
Okay.
So she's just like learning the stuff about him. Within these conversations, she learns that kissing is not a custom that is familiar to him.
I'm out.
They don't kiss.
I'm
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. A no kiss
Yeah,
is a no.
never
for you.
mind.
Yep.
Launch me back into space.
And so she saunters over to him in the tub and is like, keep your hands at your side and I'll show you.
Yeah.
And so she goes up to him and she like licks up his Adam's apple and then licks up his there's like a micro trope in a lot of romance novels of Adam's apples and how attractive they are to people. And I find Adam's apples very attractive as well.
I don't think about them.
Really? When a man has a really big one, like I knew this guy, I knew him through work, my old job.
Yeah, whatever.
I would sometimes see him and he had this big, he's so fucking hot. He had this big Adam's apple. I was like, I want to take a bite out of it. Anyway, so she licks up his Adam's apple,
Okay.
up his neck. She nibbles on his neck. She like nibbles on his earlobe and he's like, he can smell her arousal through the water, all this shit.
Even through the water.
And he's like, loses control. He's like, I gotta get out of here. So he gets up, he runs out, slams the door behind him, and he's like, this fucking spy is trying to seduce me with her body. No more.
Evil vixen.
Uh-huh. He's like, I'm just gonna steer clear of her. So the next morning,
That's not even
he's
kissing.
gone.
She didn't even kiss him.
She didn't even kiss him.
She just licked him.
Yep. So the next morning, she wakes up, he's gone. He did leave her a breakfast buffet with all of her favorite things. And then,
How much food are we throwing out at the end of the day?
I know, right?
That's
There's a lot of
insane.
food. So Asiva comes over and she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, Asiva. And Asiva's delivering her clothes. She's like, I saw your clothing order. I want to just come say hi, see how things are going. So she's
You
dropping
saw
off
my
her
clothing
clothes.
order? You work at Amazon?
She's Theo's sister.
Oh.
We find out. Jade's like, why didn't you just tell me you were his sister
weird.
this whole time? And she's like, oh, I didn't want to interfere, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so Asiva's just sitting down. They sit down together and they talk about all these customs. It's another very long, drawn-out thing, but apparently you're going to get a kick out of this.
Oh, great.
So she's like, Asiva's like, you didn't order enough clothes. You didn't order enough jewelry. You didn't order enough. She's like, I spent so much money. She's like, it's not about that. You're supposed to spend his money.
It's just not good.
So then she explains the custom of like housing doesn't cost anything there. Everyone has a home.
See, now we're feeling a little advanced civilization.
Yeah, she's like, so what is money for then? And she was like, his money is not for his home. He has built this beautiful home with his money, yes, but housing, food, groceries are free. People have these birthrights. No one ever goes without. When they have money, it is the wife's responsibility to spend it so that everyone else can see that he's taking care of her. So
this is some fucking...
Asiva's like, isn't this crazy?
This is crazy. This is like
Isn't this insane?
Weird...
This is not what I expected when I started this book.
Yeah, like... I don't even know, like, Bridgerton royalty, like, everyone's keeping up with the Joneses, but it's just about the women spending money.
Uh-huh, yeah. She's like, if you don't spend enough of Theo's money, people are going to think he's not taking care of you, and men are going to try to court you and take you away from him after your 3 months are up. Anyway.
This is like a Real Housewives dream.
Yes.
You know?
I know, I'm like, what's her vibe?
Yeah. What's going on here?
So... I was like, all right. She tells Asiva, she's like, well, your brother thinks I'm a fucking spy, so maybe you could tell him to, like, relax a little bit on that.
I'd be like, are you a spy?
And she does say that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, are you a spy? And she's like, no.
I'd be like, maybe.
I know, right?
Why is no... I'd be like, I cannot
know.
express how much I did not have control over this situation.
For sure. I'm on an alien planet.
Yeah, and someone did put a chip in my ear, and someone did shoot me on your planet.
Yeah.
You guys should look into it. But then they might kill her, which I probably would, but...
So she tells her that. And then, whatever, she's learned all these customs. He comes home that evening, and he's having a very hard time keeping his hands to himself. He's just like, the seductress woman.
She needs some thicker fucking panties.
Uh-huh. So she follows him into his bedroom, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. He's thinking to himself, I don't want her scent in my room.
Yeah.
I won't be able to stop jacking off.
Yeah.
And so... she comes up to him and she's like, we didn't get to finish our kiss. Mm-hmm. And she's like seducing him and she's like doing all this stuff and he can smell her arousal and he's like, holy shit, her scent. And he finger fucks her.
Oh.
And he starts purring, which was also in Ice Planet Barbarians.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like vibrating and she's like, oh, I wonder if his dick vibrates.
I wonder.
Spoiler alert, it does.
does.
So he finger fucks her, and she's just about to reciprocate, hand job, blow job, I don't know, when the doorbell rings. Mm-hmm. And he's like, stay here. And so he goes into the living room. Some guy comes in. It's a government official. And he's like, we're investigating her abduction, how she got here, all this stuff. And he's like, clearly her translator was only... We found out that her translator was only programmed with Clecanian. So someone here
for
brought
a reason.
Her here.
Yeah.
And while he's talking to Theo, she walks out of the room.
Naked.
She's got like a shirt on. And she just got finger blasted. So her scent is... She reeks.
She reeks.
And so that guy...
Shouldn't his fingers reek when he walked out there?
Right? Right?
Yeah.
Probably did.
Yeah.
So...
Probably did.
Your finger gesture just now. Ah! So the guy can't control himself. He like starts moving towards Jade, which I would be like,
well, yeah, I know you would.
Do it. He's like, and Theo's like, don't fucking like stop, whatever. And he's like, Jade, get the fuck out of here.
Get you and that goddamn pussy out of here. See what you're doing to us.
Right. And so she's like, what is going on? So finally, whatever, the guy leaves, she leaves. He leaves and goes to Asiva's house that night. And Asiva's just like, you are acting insane around this woman.
Well, yeah.
Jade's told me your behavior. You think she's a spy. You're paranoid. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. What's going on is I think that she's a spy and I'm paranoid about it. I think we know exactly what's going on.
And she's like, you just need to chill out. She chose you. Just let yourself be happy. Just fucking, just chill the fuck out. And so over the next few days, he eases up. He's like, I'll just, whatever. If she's a spy, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Whatever. So he starts opening up more to her. He won't touch her or do anything sexy. Like he's trying to hold himself back. But Asiva told her a lie when she came and visit her. She was like, there is a custom where once a week, it's called female's choice, and you get to tell your husband to do something and he has to do it without. So she's like trying to fuck with their relationship. So we get, like, a few days later, we get to the night where it's like her choice to do anything she wants and the husband can't say no.
Okay.
That's funny.
Yeah. This is so weird.
I know, Paul.
I just like, ooh.
Well,
still not
good.
good.
Like 50,000 ratings, and this book is over 4 stars.
Well, I mean, maybe that's just a testament to women on Earth.
How much they hate men.
How much they hate men, and how much they just want to flip the script.
You know what, Paul? That's a great thought. Anyway, so she's like seducing him all day, trying to be all sexy, and she's like, I want you to fuck me.
Yeah.
And he's like, no. She's like, well, you can't say no. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna lose control and I'm gonna fucking go rough with you, and I'm gonna be. And she's like, I want you to be rough. She's like, I want you to lose control. I want you to be rough.
Yeah.
And he previously told her that he likes chasing women. It's a primal play thing.
Yeah.
So she's like, all right, if he's not going to fuck me, then I'm going to taunt him. So she like walks out the back porch and starts running into the woods to see if he'll chase her.
Wafting her out.
Spreading her scent everywhere.
Yeah.
Waft. She got a skirt on. She's just running like this. And so he's like, can't help himself. He just loves primal play. He loves chasing women through the woods.
Okay.
So he starts chasing her. When he gets to her, he fucks her.
Are they kissing?
Oh, they're kissing.
Okay.
He
would be really bad at it.
Oh,
he would be really bad at it.
He was instantly amazing at it. She goes,
okay.
She said something. I can't remember. I LOL'd. I LOL'd several times reading this, but.
And he was a perfect kisser. Next.
Perfect. Yeah, she's like, oh, no training needed here. So when he gets to her, he's like saying filthy fucking shit. He goes down on her and his tongue vibrates.
Seriously, this book was just like...
his tongue vibrates.
Like, what women want? They want...
vibrating tongues.
They want...
Men who are...
rich, hung vibrators. With no sense of self.
Who will cook me food.
Yeah. Which, I mean...
and dote on me.
That's kind of what men want from women.
For sure.
Reverse side. So I'm just like, it's bad.
Yeah,
It's toxic either side.
It is. And so... And he's also mastered the art of dirty talk. So he's like, oh, you're gonna... come for your husband.
He's like a sex robot.
He's a sex robot.
He's like a sex robot.
And then when he's done, he's ever the attentive husband. He's like rubbing her, massaging her, picks her up, carries her the whole way home. Lady porn.
Yeah. Makes her like a dope ass sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh. Big old crispy pickle on the side. Yeah.
And so it's customary for Clicanian women to sleep in their own beds. They don't sleep with their husbands unless they want to, but really they don't. They sleep in their own rooms. So when she gets back to the house, he sets her down in her bed and he's like leaving. She's like, "Why are you leaving? Aren't you going to sleep with me?
Cuddle me.
Like, yeah, hello. Don't you want to cuddle with me?" And
then leave before I wake up.
He's like, "I want to spoon." She's like, "I want to spoon with you." He's like, "What does spoon
Yeah,
mean?"
what is spoon?
So she shows him how to spoon and he's just like rubbing her face and he's like, "God, this woman. What is she doing to me?"
What is she doing to me?
Uh-huh. And so the next morning, she wakes up, he's obviously hard, and she like goes between his legs and she's like, "I'm going to blow you now."
Yeah.
Which apparently is not something that Clicanian women do either.
Well, no, why would they?
And so she's giving him like this blowjob and he's just like, "Holy fuck, who is this woman?"
Yeah.
She's having me chase her through the woods. She's letting me fuck her rough.
She's crazy.
Sucking my dick.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Then we learn about the custom. This is crazy.
There's a lot of customs here.
Paul,
I feel like it's like they get away with everything because they're like, well, it's a custom.
It's a custom. So then we learn about he wants to fuck her again. He's like, "But you have to recover." And she's like, "What do you mean recover? It sounds like you're saying it in like a thing." He's like, "Clicanian women can only have sex once a day. Their vagina closes up to keep the semen inside.
So they can't, hungry vaginas.
They can't literally have sex for a day." And she's like, "Oh no, Earth
girls
don't have
open.
that." She goes, "I can have sex with you 10 times today if you wanted."
It'll drip right out.
It will.
Just put another one in.
Out. And so he's just like, His brain is breaking.
Yeah.
They're having a little like post-orgasm chat, and she's like, "So do
Pillow
you not
talk,
think pillow
if you
talk.
will.
Oh, okay. Is that what that is? She's like,
Post-orgasm chat. A POC.
She's like, "So do you not think I'm a spy anymore?" He's like, "I've decided I don't give a fuck if you're a spy. Because
I actually think
will
you're a
just-
spy.
You'll just let me
Yeah.
at that pussy all day long."
Yeah.
It's been 3.5
Hours.
weeks now.
Okay.
And he's like become just crazed for her.
Sure.
And he's even questioning. He's like, why? Why am I crazed for this woman? So tomorrow is the 1 month gathering, which is a party celebrating newlyweds, the first month of marriage. Very interesting customs at this
They're
party.
obsessed with marriage.
Yes. Just fucking
The
wait.
whole culture.
So at the party, males, the husbands, go off by themselves and the women go off by themselves.
I'm liking this so far.
And the single men go speak with the wives.
Oh.
How's your marriage going? Is he treating you right? Do you think you're going to last the 3 months? Are you going to be going to another choosing ceremony? Are you...
Oh,
While
what?
the cuckolds sit
Yeah,
over in
dude.
the corner.
What is...
I don't know, Paul. I'm like, what is this?
Is this what women want?
I don't think so. I don't want this.
Okay.
Jade doesn't want this. Jade, so he tells her this. He's like, this is what's going to happen. Men are going to talk to you.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, the past 3 weeks, she's been falling in love with him too. He's nice to her. He's doting on her. He's giving her 15 orgasms
Well,
a day.
he's the first alien you fucked. You should shop around.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? When you know, you know. Anyway,
No.
so he's very possessive over her at this point. And he's like, I don't like the idea of these men talking to you, blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, she's going to realize I'm so ugly and she's going to talk to these other men, have all these other suitors. So he's feeling insecure, blah, blah, blah. Then he gets a call that evening before the gathering from his dog dealer. Rhaego, it's his friend that he's known. He's from another planet. He kind of looks like a demon. He's got horns, whatever, but he's a hopeless romantic. Anyway,
Okay.
Rhaego is like, I've found 2K males. I've got them here with me, locked up for you. KCAE. They are the reptile aliens.
Oh.
He must have asked around to those aliens because he deals with a lot of otherworldly people, and they were like bragging about a female, woman, earthling, class 4, whatever. So he captures them. He's like, I've got them here for you whenever you want to interrogate them and ask them who hired them, why they kidnapped her, all that shit. Theo's like, I'll do that tomorrow after the gathering party. I want to just spend time with my wife. I'll come and interrogate them after the party tomorrow. So, at the gathering, Zekas, the old man from the beginning.
The freakus, yeah.
The freakus is there, and just the first time she's seen him in a month, she's like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you, blah, 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 blah. And Theo's ushered away, and she goes over to the wives. People are just cycling through. She's like, I've talked to like 30 men. They're all annoying.
Yeah.
All the women are bitches.
Yeah.
They're like, ew, how could you like Theo? She's just like trying to get back to Theo. She's like, I don't want to fucking do this. Some guy comes up to Theo and is like, how's it going with your wife? I'd like for you guys to come to my office and talk to me. I specialize in interspecies breeding. And he's like, fuck no, I'm not going to do that. And he's like, well, don't worry. I'll just do it with her and her next husband. Just like taunting Theo, just like being cunt. Everyone's just being cunty to him.
See, I
cunty
don't
to
like
her.
them.
And so then finally, Asiva goes up to Theo and is like, hey, what's going on? And Theo's like, will you do something for me? Will you talk to Jade and feel her out how she feels about possibly staying longer than the 3 months? I want her to stay with me. I don't want her to go. Will you feel her out, see how she's feeling? Meanwhile, Jade was going to talk to Asiva about that too and be like, I really want to stay with Theo. Will you feel him out for me?
Well, doesn't it really not matter what his thoughts and opinions or feelings are to her? Like, she can just say, yes, we're married.
If she was Clicadian, yes, but she's human, so she cares.
Since when?
Okay, listen. So then...
Okay.
So then, Asiva, while she's talking to Theo, Asiva was like, have you ever stopped Theo to think for a second that she could be your mate? She could be your true mate.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, they don't exist, do they? They've been around for 150 years. Anyway.
I don't buy this whole true mate thing.
Asiva has a conversation with Jade where she tells her, she's like, yeah, I think Theo would like for you to stay. And she's like, oh my God, yes, he loves me, I love him. And so she is like, I'm done talking to these men. I'm going to go talk to my husband.
Yeah.
Walks across the room, gets stopped by this man named Zorus. Zorus is like...
Zorus the Horus. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, basically, you're married to a filthy mudblood. Fucking his mom's half Traxian. You could do so much better with me. Just like talking shit.
I would be so turned off to the whole culture and society at this point. I'd just be like, we should get out of here. We should get off this planet. No. I'm saying I'm going back to Theo, and I'm like, we should just like leave this planet.
I would
Everyone's
stay.
here are kind of cunts.
I would
Maybe
stay.
we should find like a nice quiet moon to move to.
Oh, that would be nice.
Just the two of us?
Yeah.
And the
Something
dogs?
habitable?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Small.
Yeah. Small.
Habitable.
A small little baby planet to yourself
Yeah.
would be kind of chill.
Yeah.
And your hot ass husband.
Yeah.
And so obviously Theo's getting pissed because he's seeing Zorus like touch her arm. So he comes over,
Fight.
get off my wife, throws him, whatever, hauls her out of there. They get into their little orb to go back home, and he's like pissed. He's like got all this rage. Oh, one thing I did forget to mention is when Asiva was talking to Jade, when she was saying Theo wants you to stay,
Yeah.
she said, also, have you noticed his eye color changing when he's around you? And she's like, oh yeah, his eyes turn completely black. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that horrifying and demonic looking? Something from my nightmares.
Well, I don't know if it's the whole eye or just the iris.
Oh, like he's
I don't
sucking on
think
Molly?
Yeah, like he's on
Yeah.
drugs. So anyway, she mentions that. So then they're in the orb. He's pissed. They get home. She's like, you need to go for a run. Chill out. You're very clearly still upset. And so he goes for a run in the forest. She goes up to her room. She's chilling with the dog, Sibo. And it's like an hour later. She hears the front door close. And she's like, Theo's home, right?
Uh-oh.
Her bedroom door comes crashing in.
It's the horse.
Chair goes flying. It's Nidus, the guard from the beginning of the book.
Oh, Nidus the Pedus. Yeah.
Yep. So she's like,
What's
Nidus, what the
Nidus
fuck
doing
are you
here?
breaking into my
Yeah.
house for? He snatches her. He picks up Sibo because Sibo's growling.
Yeah.
Picks up Sibo.
No, the dog?
Throws
No.
the dog against the wall. He lands. He's like, he's hurt. Takes her outside, kicking, screaming, pulling her hair, puts her in the orb, and takes off.
That's not
and
how
has
you
kidnapped
treat
her.
women on this planet.
Not on this planet. Poor Sibo. And so he's like, shut the fuck up, stop crying. I'm taking you to Zorus. And she's like, Zorus?
The Horus.
And he's like, and he also, he's like, says something like, our time will come. Zorus told me that I could have you after him. Just saying all this, she's like, I'm about to be.
So even on this planet, the men are disgusting.
Yeah, they're not all, yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, so Theo comes home now. He just missed this happening. Zekas and Asiva arrive on their own orb, and they're like, Theo, we wanted to talk to you before you ran out of the party. Asiva's like, you're mated with Jade. We have been thinking about this for a while, me and Zekas. Been reading texts about what happens to your body when you find your mate.
Yeah.
Your eyes. She's like, you're crazy.
You're crazy.
Draw.
Your eyes.
You're crazy.
You must be mated.
You're mated.
You're mated.
And she's like, have your mating markings come in yet? And he's like, no. And he's like, is Jade my mate? And then he's like, oh my God, Jade's my mate. And then he says it like twice, Jade's my mate.
And then his
mating markings. It's like 2 rings around your wrist and then rings around each of your fingers that travel up. Anyway.
Okay.
So he's like, holy shit, I need to go tell her. Goes inside, sees Sibo fucking hurt, sees a smashed chair, and he's like, oh my God, Jade's gone.
Yeah, something happened.
I need to find Jade.
She was a spy all along. She turned on me.
Right. So he goes to Rhaego, which is the guy who has the 2
Yeah.
say males. And he's like, I gotta figure this out. So meanwhile, he's gonna go over to them, torture those aliens, figure out who from Clecania hired them. Meanwhile, we get Jade's perspective. She gets too deep in the forest, and she's recognizing that it's the forest where she first crash landed.
They were working with the reptilians all along.
Yep. And the orb opens up to the forest floor, and there's a staircase going down underground, and he's bringing her underground. She's like, I'm never going to be fucking found. I'm underground.
Yeah.
And so he takes her into a room where there's a bed with straps
Nope.
on it, like a dentist chair. Zorus is standing there. And so he straps her to the bed, and he's like gonna start, he just tells her all the stuff, like, there's a whole underground, so to speak, society of Clicanian people that have been working for like the last 70 years with different female species from all, they've been abducting women from all these different, and testing them out, trying to impregnate them, trying to get viable pregnancies. And it's like a cult, basically, is what she deduces. And he told these K guys to go find a female. They brought her, and she was supposed to be his to try and impregnate.
Yeah.
He's like, we've never had a viable pregnancy between a Clicanian and a human.
Have they tried before?
They've been trying for 70 years. And he's like alluding to the fact that there are more women down there right now with her. And she's like, this is fucked up. And he's like, well, once we do get a viable pregnancy, we'll reveal it to the world, and they'll be so happy that we can do that, they won't send us to prison for kidnapping women from class 4 planets and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
All this shit. Whatever.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And so she's freaking out.
Yeah.
Cut to
Yeah, that's big news.
Theo. And he's tortured these guys and killed them, but he did get out the fact that Zorus hired them to deliver her in the first place. And he's like, okay, now, but how do I find her? And so he's...
Sense her with your mateship.
So he's spoken to the people in the original orb that picked her up outside the forest and brought her to the city. He hunted them down, and he's like, where did you find her? How long has she been traveling? What way did she travel from? Blah, blah, blah. So he's got a general vicinity of where he's going. And then Asiva's like, you've mated. She's your mate. So your instincts will draw you to her. Obviously.
The heart wants what it wants.
So he starts traveling. He's bringing Rhaego with him. And he starts like going in a direction, and then he gets ill. And he's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't go that way. So he's like guiding himself. So then back to Jade. She's like, I gotta try to get out of the situation. I'm gonna try to... And Zorus is like, I'm gonna artificially inseminate you now. And she's like, I truly think it would be more better
if you fucked me.
If we had normal sex. I think it would stick better, like blah, 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 blah. So she's like, I just want to get him out of these, have him get me out of these straps.
Yeah.
So she like seduces him.
Yeah.
And he takes her out of the straps.
Her feminine wilds.
And he's like going to fuck her. And she's like, well, not here in this room. We need to do it in a bed. So he's like, you're right. So he takes her out.
Are you right?
He takes her out. He's like holding her. They run into Nidus. And Nidus is like, what the fuck are you doing with her?
Yeah.
Like, I thought you were going to do it. And then you said she was mine. And he's like, yeah, well, she's not yours. I'll give you the next one. Blah, 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 blah. And so they start arguing. And he's like, that's not the deal we had. So they start arguing. She's looking around. She sees a knife on a tray. So she's like,
perfect.
Takes the knife. And they start fighting, physically fighting. Zorus goes to grab her, yanks her, dislocates her shoulder.
Damn.
So she's like, and then got the knife. And she's like, they're still fighting. She takes off. She takes off in the way she came. She's trying to get to that staircase so she can get out. Then Nidus grabs her from behind, hits her head. She can't really see anything. But she does manage to get the knife in him.
Okay.
He punches the shit out of her. Basically, like, knocks her out. She's about to pass out when, boom, there's a commotion, blah, 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 blah. Theo runs in. Theo and Rhaego, his friend. The one that looks like a demon.
Yes.
And so right before she's about to pass out, she's like, Theo. Oh, my God, Theo. And she's like, there's more women down here. Get them out. So Rhaego is like, come on, I'll take care of you. So Rhaego takes her to the safe house, blah, blah, blah. Theo stays there. Cut to 3 days later.
Okay.
Jade wakes up. She's in this, like, comfy house, in this big comfy bed. Asiva's there. Rhaego's there. No Theo. And
Theo
she's
died.
like, what happened? What happened to me? And Jade is like, you've been out for a few days. We've ran you through the scanner. Everything's repaired. You've just been resting. You're good as new.
Okay, great. Love the scanner.
Yes.
Need
God,
the
I
scanner.
would kill for that.
Yeah.
She's like, this is where you are. You're in this safe house. We've found like a dozen Earth women and a bunch of other species women's
Some of the women.
Some of the women.
Some of the women.
She's like, you saved all these women, blah, blah, blah. Theo's been working with authorities, whatever. I wanted to tell you, we've found out. She's like, how did he find me? She's like, well, you're his mate.
Oh my God.
You've made it. And she's like, I thought that was just a fairy tale y'all
Yeah.
believed in. I didn't think that was real. And she was like, yeah, not only that, you're with child.
Oh, you're knocked up. You wake up. You're knocked up. You're mated.
Yep. She was like, Theo doesn't know. We didn't tell him we wanted you to be the one. So she's like, I'll leave the room and I'll bring Theo in. So Theo comes in. He's like, oh, my wife. Oh, my perfect wife. Oh, my God, I love you.
Look at my fingers.
And she's like, they're like professing their undying. She's like, you're my mate. You're my mate. They're like professing their love.
Yeah.
It was very cute. She's like, I'm with child. Like puts her hands on her stomach.
Disgusting.
And he's like, no. He's like, you're
with my baby?
You're pregnant with my child? And she's like, yes. He's like, how did I ever get so lucky to find a mate and have a child?
How did you?
Epilogue.
Yeah.
5 months later.
Gives birth to a girl.
The pregnancies are only 6 months
Oh!
long. So she's like huge. Gender is revealed in front of the family. The youngest family member
disgusting
reveals.
disgusting.
So we're having an alien
it's a
gender reveal party. She meets all of his like 5 brothers. Well, one is missing. Come to find out, he's a subject of the next book, and his rescue is the thing. Anyway, she meets his 5 brothers. Sisters there. Zegas is there. Whatever. Reveals she's having a girl.
Of course,
it's female. Oh my God. And Theo, for the past 5 months, has been working with the authorities to figure out this underground society that's been so fucked up and like arresting people, and everything's just good, and they live happily ever after in the end.
It's okay. What about these Earth women?
I would imagine they're going to be the subjects of the other books.
Okay.
I would imagine. There's 8. It's an 8-part series.
Oh, okay.
I want to read the rest of the Ice Planet Barbarians. I don't think I'll be reading the rest of this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I just like, so there's this girl I follow on TikTok who we just align on everything.
Shout her out.
She's the one who...
You don't know her name?
I don't know her name.
You
Actually, no, I
fucking
do know
bitch.
her name.
Okay, well, shout her out.
I don't know her handle, though. Her name's Heather. She's the one who was like, she's like, I wanted to read another alien smut book, like something that wasn't Ice Planet Barbarians, so I found this, and she's like, I'm really enjoying it. And then when I looked it up and saw it had such great reviews, I was like, shit, this must be really good. I thought it was going to be like a really good book.
Yeah.
Not cheesy.
It was pretty cheesy.
I was like, this is so cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I rated it a 3.95, and I was being nice.
It was fun, at least.
Yeah, it was
like
entertaining. It was entertaining.
In a different location.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh-huh.
But I did like Ice Planet Barbarians a lot better. Like, the stakes were higher, and the like actions were more believable.
Yep. And it was fun.
It was fun. This one was just kind of...
Well, I'm like, the no kissing thing, that was in Ice Planet Barbarians. The purring thing, that was in Ice Planet. The whole beginning was very fucking similar.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was Choosing Theo. Not at all what I thought it was going to be.
No, me neither. Not even close.
It went places.
I never thought it was going to be a sci-fi one.
Yeah.
I thought it was be like emotional.
For sure.
Like
with a name like that.
Yeah. Well, whatever. All right, that was fun.
Yeah. We've got a very exciting book.
Oh, really?
Next
Okay.
time.
Okay.
This is a hit.
Oh, shit. No pressure on the guest then.
Yeah. Well, and good fucking luck. The book we will be reading next time is called Kissing the Basilisk. Do you know what a basilisk is?
Yeah, obviously.
I know you would.
Yeah. Okay, I already know.
Great.
I already know.
Let's do it.
Okay. I think that kissing the basilisk? Basilisk?
Or is it basilisk? No, it's basilisk.
Basilisk.
Yeah.
Kissing the basilisk is about, it's going to take place in the extremely high up competitive chess world. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be about chess players. And it's going to kind of take place in a little snippet of like a chess retreat almost. Ooh. But it's like not a chess retreat.
This is already very interesting to me.
Yeah, where like you and I could go and sign up for it be like, we're going to learn chess. It's like,
nice. This
is like something that only the top grandmasters get to do. And kind of the point of it is like,
it's elite.
It's elite. Like, people don't know about it. It's like, it's almost for like, not kind of like failed masters or like someone that's on the track to be the chess master who something's happened. It's like shaking them up. And there's just like this teacher guy who is like the grandmaster of grandmasters.
Nice.
Who lives, in some remote little town
In Lithuania or something.
Yeah, and like people go to his little thing and he'll like train you
Cool.
or like kind of bring you back. And so we're gonna follow maybe like a 29-year-old guy
Okay.
who was just like on track to be the best and was doing great and was cruising through, hit the scene, like whatever, awesome, boom, he's living it up. And then like something totally not chess related's going to happen to him. Like maybe he's late to a tournament and he's rushing, and it's like him and his manager / best friend who has been there since the beginning of his career and has always like looked out for him, and they're rushing and they get in a car accident and the friend dies and he doesn't. Oof. And he doesn't make it to the tournament, and then now every time he tries to go play he just has like PTSD flashbacks to
That'll do it.
and he like just can't make decisions anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what he's there to fix. But there's probably gonna be like a group of like, I don't know, 8 or 9 chess
Nerds.
people all trying to get their shit figured out. But then like within, and it's like they don't do like group therapy, but it's like they do like sit around and like talk. And then it's like he's trying to fix the parts of you that aren't really chess. It's like the reason that all of a sudden your chess brain's not working, because he's just saying like the whole grandmaster's like philosophy is like chess is life. Every single day you make moves and you calculate things.
Oh.
So if you get shaken up in your decisions in life, they're gonna mess with your decisions in your chess game. So you need to fucking figure your shit out.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be all in their
Love
little
that.
like group thing. Maybe they've been there like 2 or 3 days, and then some motherfucking ice queen bitch is gonna come in, and she's like, everyone's gonna be shocked that she walks in because
of who she is.
Okay,
cool.
and that she is the best. Like you would never think this person could ever need help, and it's gonna be some like kind of cold business bitch.
Love that.
Strong woman.
Yes.
But that her nickname in the chess world is the Basilisk.
Ooh.
Because she stares her opponents down and they
Okay.
panic
Okay.
and they turn to stone and they can't move, and she's like unmovable.
Cool.
She's the tits. So she's going to come in, and obviously she's going to be like a dick to everybody, and through the whole book it's going to be like it becomes clear that the only chess person here that holds a candle to her is our man.
Okay.
But like he has trouble going for the kill is his thing now, because maybe like he like ran a light or something, and that's how the car accident got caused. So his whole thing is like every time he sees the moment to strike now,
He doesn't take it.
freezes, panics up, and wants to do the safer thing, and he's just losing and losing and losing. And her thing is that she can only go for the kill. She never plays like any defense at all. She just like, and it'll come from her like troubled upbringing where she was always
Trauma.
on the attack, blah blah blah.
Yep.
But then like something happened to her too that triggered it. Maybe she gets like attacked and mugged or something, and it's like she went from only knowing how to attack to being like afraid of her attack. So now she's like wildly lashing out with no thoughts, and it's all reflected in their chess games.
Yeah.
All the mentality of it's in their chess
Yes.
games. But they're going to be like rivals and hate each other and fight.
Enemies
Obviously
to
enemies to
lovers.
lovers. And then eventually they're going to fall for each other
Oh
reluctantly.
yeah. Their sex is
And-
going to be hot.
Oh, their sex is going to be hot. It's going to be a chess game.
Ooh.
It's going to be like, what move are you going to do? What move are you going to do?
Maybe she's a little dominating.
Oh, she's very dominant.
I like that.
But then he's passive, but he's gonna start being dominant back, and it's almost like brat dom thing where he's the brat, where he's like meeting her at
Nice.
everything she comes at, and it's like competitive their sex.
Oh,
so it gets like
yeah.
so good.
It's like, I'm better at this. No, I'm
Then,
better
yeah,
at this.
yeah, I'm better at this. Oh, I'll make you feel good. I'll make you feel this good. Like,
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh, I'm into that.
And so it's like, they're going to be like going through this whole thing, working through the issues through their chess games, whatever. And then like at the end of it, it's like, we're at the end of the retreat and we're going to like go to a tournament in like a month. So everyone like goes home. And then I don't know what's going to happen, but there's going to be some reason where they like don't have contact, and she like fucking starts kind of freaking out about
Okay.
it. It's like she's losing control of her emotions, which is what her whole problem was before.
Yep.
Is like seeing red and then just like, whatever. And it's going to be something stupid. Like him traveling back, getting like stuck somewhere
Okay.
and like not having service.
Out of his control.
It's like out of his control, and that'll be his whole thing is he's fucking freaked out about control after the whole car accident thing, and now he has to just be at the mercy and figure it out, and he's gonna have to like take some risks to get back to where he needs to go, like, you know, get on a bus that's scary, you know, taking a boat because the planes are down. But then they won't see each other until the tournament, and she's too pissed to talk to him. And he's tried to send her messages, but it was like after not hearing from him for like 2 weeks, she was like, block, fuck this guy, dead. Can't believe he like tricked me to learn all of my skills in the chess camp, and he was actually just there for that. Like, once again, she's just on the defensive and attacking, and she hates him now. And then they're gonna play through the tournament, and then they're gonna like get to the match, and that's the only time he's gonna have a chance to explain himself. And so they're gonna be like back and forth on that clock thing while he's trying to be like,
and he'll say something.
And so he's like having to he's talking so much, having to explain himself, that he's just making moves. So like he doesn't have a chance to be overthinking and like too defensive. And so he's going to just like start going for the kill. And she's going to, through the conversation, start to calm down because she is getting explained to it. So then she can stop to think, and then they're going to end in a stalemate. And then they're going to kiss at the very end. And that's going to be the end of it.
Love
then they have this big old kiss, and then they're back together.
Love that book.
Kissing Basilisk.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, thank you.
I love the chess aspect.
Yeah, it's a little, what was that show? Queen's Gambit?
Yep. Never watched it.
But like adults.
Yeah.
Because that's like very kids. This is like very adults and a little darker. Well, actually, that was a pretty dark show. But yeah, that's the vibe.
Nice. We shall see.
We shall see. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a fantasy book. I mean, it would be weird if it's not.
For sure.
But whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, it's like a whole thing.
Okay. People like are going to know about it right now that we're releasing it.
Yeah. I mean, most of the ones, I try to pick ones that are like known. By known authors, but this is definitely like a thing.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, thanks.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
bye.